You talk about championship chances with this group. Is it something you guys made a big thing out of it? Have you barely mentioned it?
We talk about it. We understand what's ahead. I mean, we had this goal since the beginning of the year. And when you think about it, there's 2 more games left. And Coach even said it, like, you got a chance to be unanimous, if things play out how it do. So, I mean, we just trying to, at the same time, focus by game, and we understand what's, ahead tomorrow. So that's our mindset.
Meechie, can you take any confidence, given that you guys beat Tennessee earlier in the season? Is there any confidence that you can take away from that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things we can take away. We know that they did miss a lot of shots that game too, but we feel like we did too. But we know that they're coming in here hungry. And as a leader, I've been preaching to my guys, like, they're coming for vengeance, but we want it all. You know what I'm saying? We want it all. So that's our whole mindset. And we just going out there and going to continue to be who we are.
Meechie, we're talking to the coach. Coaches, obviously, and I guess players too, don't like to look too far ahead because, like you said, there's a lot on the line between now and the next 2 weeks. But the whole notion of knowing that at this point you already know you're going to be playing in the NCAA, what does that do for you? Does that, you talk about confidence things, is that part of the whole thing? And how do you get ready for that?
Man, it's crazy you say that because, like, some people do think far ahead. And Coach even mentioned that, like, we got that chance. And some teams are out there now, like, trying to figure it out. They're trying to think about how we're going to get in the tournament or how it's going. We know what, like, is ahead and what we can do in the tournament. It's up for grabs for anybody. But we've been hot, you know what I'm saying? We've been having confidence, and we've had some games where we maybe lost 1 or 2 in a row. But we're a mature group, and we know how to bounce back and stay in the moment. And that's all you can really do. It's hard to do, but you got to really stay in the moment and enjoy what's going on.
Meechie, how would you explain to someone who maybe wasn't following the team last year, didn't know anything about South Carolina, say, we won only 11 games, but now we're a contender to win the regular season championship, and we know we're going to the NCAA tournament?
Man, I mean, I remember at the beginning of the year just doing interviews with you guys and saying how close we were to winning certain games. Like, all we needed was just a few more mature guys and older pieces. So, I explain that to people all the time. Like, last year we were so close, and now we put all the pieces and everybody around each other. And we just go out there, like I said, and just play together. Like, everybody comes to see a show, and that's what we try to give them. And it could be anybody night, and that's how it goes. So we just like to have fun, man. We appreciate the support that everybody's been putting in and stuck around, but we've always believed in ourselves, and that's why we've had the success.
You said that any given night, someone could be hot, and it could be their night. Just where does that unselfishness from the team come from? The fact that you guys are so happy that person is shining, even if you may not be.
Yes, I mean, the number one thing is winning. When you win, everybody wins. And when you're a good player, anybody, you don't have to, you're not limited to one thing. You know what I'm saying? There's been games where myself, maybe didn't have a good scoring night, but I go get 7, 8 assists, I go get 7, 8 rebounds, I get 3 steals. I do whatever I need to do to help my team win. That's what the team is about. So it's about what you want. It's about what you're trying to get done. And when you win, everybody's in a good position, and that's the mindset we all have.
In your mind, what does a season-long accomplishment like a regular season title represent, maybe more differently than just a March Madness accomplishment? What would it actually mean to finish this off, in your opinion?
It means everything. Me and the Basers was over there talking about it, like, when the last time it's been done. I think they were saying, like, 2007, 2009, when it was 2 divisions. So it hasn't really been done ever, you know what I'm saying? So we know what's on the line. We know what's ahead. And like Coach even mentioned yesterday, a lot of people got different opinions, but we think winning the SEC regular season is kind of harder than maybe winning the SEC tournament because that's 3 games, 4 or 5 games. Anybody can get hot for 3, 4, or 5 games and get some luck, but to be a number 1 team and to go through three months of hard basketball in the best conference, and you're 12, 13, and 4. I mean, how many teams are really like in this position right now in the whole country? So it just goes to show you what type of team we have, the mindset we have.
What do you feel like worked so well about the plan going into the game in Knoxville? And then, obviously outside of Connect, it seemed like you guys were able to really handle Tennessee's other shooters. What happens if some of those guys have a better night? How do you guys kind of handle that?
I mean, we understand the game plan. We understand personnel. We understand that they have good players like Ziegler, Vescovy. They're big. Probably didn't play his best game against us last time we met. But yeah, man, we understand that Connect is their guy. So that's first, to stop him. And then honestly, we just have a mindset of just trying to contain everybody else. And they have a good team, man. You know, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. So honestly, taking care of the ball will probably help us a lot. But again, we've always preached in the huddle, be us, and that's kind of what we focus on, and we let everything else take care of itself.
What was so tough about stopping Connect on that night? It seemed like he was hitting crazy shots at the end of the game that it's tough to hit them.
I mean, he's a tough player, but again, no disrespect to him. He took 20-some shots that game too, so he should have got 30, which is expected. But he's a good player. I mean, he's an NBA player, he's a lottery potential pick, and when you play against players like that, you got to be ready for it. I mean, even last year, Brandon Miller coming in here and having his night. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of guys are gonna get off, and you just try to do the best you can to contain them. And again, they're great players, so you got to contain them.
You mentioned that when your shot isn't falling, you make sure everything else is great. I heard a story that AAU or pickup games, your dad would put you into games and wouldn't let you shoot.
Yeah.
How much did that help you in doing things like that at an early age?
Man, I used to look back and be like, this dude tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I shoot the ball? Why can't I do certain things? But as a father, him doing those certain type of things, you look back and be like, it did work out, it did pay off, especially at this level, because people do struggle. People do go through certain slumps. I did. A lot of people did. And you got to have the mentality of, as a leader, what can I do to help my team win? Whether it's verbal, in the game, steals, defense, whatever it is. I look back and I always thank my dad for just, putting me in certain workouts. Like he never let me feel like I was good. I used to go as an AAU, go put up 30, 40 points in games, and you'll think like you're gonna come to a workout and have praise, but he'd kick me out the gym or tell me I'm not that good. And it was a mental thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it works for everybody, but for where I've gotten to, it worked for me, and I always appreciate him for that.
How much did your basketball IQ grow of just being around a court when you were right when you were born? Basically always dribbling a ball, always being around the game, being around great players.
It's grown a lot, you know what I'm saying? I think when I was in my 3rd grade, my dad was working out with the Cleveland Cavaliers Summer League training camp, and I spent that whole summer in the gym with Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, all those, J.J. Hickson, Leon Pope, a lot of players back then who was on the team. And just being a kid and you seeing all these NBA stars every single day work hard and, encouraging each other, playing hard. I mean, that's stuff that I don't forget, you know what I'm saying? And I try to do that with these guys. I try to make every single guy believe that they're that guy, like you're him. And we try to push each other and make each other better.
You mentioned earlier that you always felt like you were just missing a few mature pieces. Well, you got those 3 mature pieces as one-year transfers, and now tomorrow night is going to be their send-off. What has it meant for you as somebody who watched that happen to see those 3 have the year that they have and be able to honor them tomorrow night?
And regardless of how tomorrow goes, man, it's probably one of the most fun times I've ever played in my life, playing basketball with Talon, BJ, Steven, all those guys. Man, we talked about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten to this moment, and everybody's happy and everybody sees it, but we remember when, like, everybody picked us last. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about that all the time, so it's like, it's just about us, and I love those guys, man. There's nothing I wouldn't do for them. And just to be able to, share that court one more time with them in Colonia tomorrow, like I said, regardless how I go tomorrow, I'm going to try to give everything I can to help them win. So it's all about them tomorrow, for real.
And then also, kind of on the topic of mature players, although he wasn't a transfer, he did get to get some court time again. But what does it mean for you to see Dibbat be able to come back from everything he went through last year and be able to finally get out there and get some playing time for you guys?
Man, people don't understand how hard the injury is. He tore his ACL, then tore his Achilles. Ebo was my roommate last year every time we went on the road. So I was helping taking care of him, help walking down the stairs and going to get his food, and you know what I'm saying, he couldn't walk. I remember them nights, just him crying on the phone to people, like, just wanted to play basketball. Didn't care if he went out and scored 20, 30. You could see it in the Texas A&M game when he really got that time to get in and play. Like, it was just a great thing to see, man. We got some good dudes on this team, and he's one of them. So for him to be in this position now, I'm just grateful that he's able to play and he's healthy.
Meechie, you mentioned that you guys were picking finish last in the SEC. Walk us through that moment. What was going through your mind, and how great is it to kind of prove the doubters wrong?
It's hard work. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say is hard work and belief in each other. At the end of the day, I like to stay humble, man, because, I always believed in it, and I just told my teammates we got to believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't believe we can be that team, we're never going to be able to do it. I mean, we were going into games and I'm telling these guys, like, nah, we the best. Like, we're number one. Like, we're going to Tennessee. They think they're going to, it was easy. The crowd not really into it. Like, we like that type of stuff. We like being the underdog. So, just being in this position now, when everybody doubted us, we just humble, man, and we're working, and we still got ways to go. Like, we still trying to put banners up and get things done.
It's a senior night. Obviously, you've been in college a little bit. Have you given any thought to your future after the season?
Nah, I just been focusing on the moment, just staying in the moment. I like sharing that moment with these seniors tomorrow. That'd be my last time playing on the court in here with Line and BJ, and I'm just focusing on that moment right now.
Thanks, Meechie.
Thank you.